pre-page picture of Rick I would love to show you guys. He's got like MC Hammer pants on. And
from the gym.
Like, it's hilarious. But anyway.
I have two outfits when I walk in the room. The "is this okay?" and I get the, I'm like, I'll go change.
Oh,
and then I have the, I bought that outfit, it's okay, right? Am I right?
But seriously, to my husband's credit, he found a way to work me into the business and passed over things to me and actually, you know, he waited for me. He was like holding me by my head, and I was like trying to, like, what can I do, you know, and that was really a smart way to do it rather than him trying to get me, which is really indicative of how you want to run your business. You don't want to pull people in, you want to wait until they're ready.
And what we did was a lot of couples where they fail is they try to do what they both do and step on each other's toes. And it's fascinating. We spent some time with Dave and Valerie recently, and we spent a lot of time with Dennis and Ruth lately, and even Denny and Shar, our entire lineage. What's always fascinating me about those three couples, if you look across Nikken,
and Pat
and Suzanne, of course. And I was talking about our upline, but I was going to talk. You were going to talk about them some tonight. Pat and Suzanne Truax are the same way. We actually have observed, both from our upline and then laterally some of our relationships, that the couples that succeed in this business are both trying to get the preview, are both trying to do the training. And not that they're both not involved, but be cool finding what you both do in the business. Like she does a huge amount of communication. Facebook has become a massive reach out tool for our organization, and we'll talk more about that on upcoming calls and things like that. She does the accountability issue. She's on the phone with our team all the time. Those are calls and things that I wasn't doing. She has different relationships with the downline than what I have with some of the downline and with the crossline. So I guess what we're trying to say is, let each other develop into each other's roles. Don't feel threatened by your spouse, those of you guys that are coming on. Let them grow into their own role. And I think Dennis and Ruth have done that successfully. Lord knows Dave and Valerie have. And it's really fascinating to do that. And big kudos to you guys for setting that example. And Pat and Suzanne, of course, last year at the summit when they talked about that, remember, it really was interesting to us because we were really formulating how we were going to function at that point.
Made me realize I was human because they laughed about the, you know, how you kind of work it out. You can hear your husband from anywhere in the house, no matter where he is. This is true. So, and they make jokes about
learning. In the neighborhood.
You know, and like Larry says, you can either work together or not.
That's right. My son and I both have to use our inside voices inside, right? That's good. Well, she's coming back up in a little while with the rest of the teams. So, do you want me to take up from here? Anything else you want to add?
I just want to say we're really blessed that you're all here, and I'm excited personally because I know what you're all in for the next 2 days. So it's going to be fantastic. So thank you. We're really blessed with your presence, and we promise you it'll be worth your time.
Absolutely. All right. Well, I'll see you in a minute. We put a lot of thought into this agenda and the way it's going to kind of flow this morning. I'm really excited and proud because the live team, which is everything from seniors to golds, is going to be teaching a lot of these classes. And they're the classes built for what we do in the elite program with a little bit of a focus on them. And that's going to be really, really cool to see. And then they're going to do a live accountability call in front of you guys, which is going to be really cool. And I'm told they've got some pretty good numbers, but I'll have to wait and see. I don't really know what's going on. It's going to be exciting. A couple things about this, and let me explain first of all what the World Pathfinders even is and why it exists and what it's supposed to do. We're obviously all a part of Nikken, and that's what we do. What we always wanted to do was a vision of information. Do you guys know why 9/11 happened? I'll tell you flat out. Every bit of data about 9/11 was in somebody's paperwork on their desk. In fact, the government, the way that government budgeting works, money is given based on how much intelligence you collect. My first couple jobs were with the intelligence agencies. I'm going to take this off because to be honest with you guys, we talk about fashion and I hate fashion. So anyways, my little boy says, when he comes, he's like, Dad, do you only wear Under Armour stuff? I'm like, no, I wear suits occasionally. But I actually, you know what, looking good is a big part of this business. When people look at you, they should say that's a good-looking group of people. To me, you have to invest a ton of money in it, but you can mix in some soap and deodorant, right, and clean yourself up. And that's an important thing. So I was getting ready this morning to come up here, and I was putting a suit on, and I was thinking, I don't like wearing suits, and I don't really like dressing up, because it's not my thing. But I'm going to tell you, it makes you feel like you're in business, those of you guys that do it, doesn't it? Not about spending a lot of money, it's just about being squared away and saying something about yourself. I think you take a lot of pride in owning your own business. We most certainly do, and all you guys look awesome, by the way. Everybody looks fantastic. But anyways, the problem with the intelligence agencies is they get their budget based on how much stuff they collect. There's no way to quantify what analysis is. So they say, we intercepted 26.2 million volumes of this, this, and this. You can't say we analyzed it. There's no money in that. So that, by the way, the air marshals, the reason that's failing is because they put them all short domestic hops so they can say that we're covering 35% of airline flights. So when it comes to Nikken, we have all the power of all these products, technologies, and infrastructure, but a lot of these other MLMs with jugs of garbage end up growing faster in the early days because you have something called elegance and simplicity. There's nothing to know. Drink the garbage with sodium benzate in it, buy a case of it, sign somebody up, make $50, and go down the road. And by the way, those companies all fail in 2 or 3 years. They're not robust enough to do anything. There's not an MLM out there that's worth it of even carrying our jock strap. I'm going to tell you flat out, in our old, they're not even worth picking it up. Or we had a coach said that, they're not worthy to carry our jock strap. So, you know. And guys, I'm telling you, they're paid money on sign-ups. We just talked to one yesterday, Wayora. I'm going to name drop. I don't care if I'm politically correct. I work for myself. They're paid $500 for signing people up. Guys, that's a pyramid. We're growing real fast. Yeah, since you got one product. Oh wait, you're not going to believe it. Guys, you're not going to believe it. There's a couple MLMs with vitamins and face wash. And I even found one with a juice. And so, I mean, I'm kind of making fun of this, but Nikken's more robust. We're the only one designed for a long-term career. But the backside of that is, it may seemingly seem like we have more stuff, because guess what? We seemingly have more stuff. We do. If you want to be a career, you need more stuff. Now, however, there's one problem you got with that. You need some analysis. Would you mind reaching in my bag and grabbing my smart book? It's in there. The reason I say that is because you have to find out what's important to know, what do you need to know, what do you have to know, what must you do, and what can you do. Because when you look at a bunch of data, it becomes overwhelming. Why can't the president make a good decision? Because nobody gave him information. And information, what we used to call usable battlefield intelligence, thank you, was not that there's an enemy, but where's the enemy and how can I shoot them? So when you guys are distributors and consultants, what we want to do is take all this giant stuff. I look at Nikken, 200 products. If I'm new, I don't even know where to begin. And what we do, my background is as an analyst. I was taught by the CIA, the NSA, and then the Defense Intelligence Agency how to take 10,000 pages, turn it into one. And then I did that in corporate America. My wife taught sales training. She was the manager of service sales and training for Saks Fifth Avenue. So we know how to take a giant amount of information and give you what we call actionable intelligence. So we spend a tremendous amount of time sorting, collating, and getting it down to the thing you can use so that you guys aren't confused. I travel this entire country, Paige, and I do the entire world. The biggest thing we hear, they're excited, and they pull us aside from their diamonds and say, we don't even know where to begin. Raise your hands if I'm being accurate. So you understand, what we're doing in Pathfinders is not outside Nikken. It is inside Nikken to take the information and turn it into tactical battlefield intelligence. And then the other thing about it is we want to give you the fastest, most accurate way to deliver it with IT. There's a huge, well, this is the initial thing with I'm not going to use it. I don't know how to do that. It's complicated. We don't need that newfangled stuff. I'm going to tell you guys, if you're talking to people under 35, if you're not using it, you are not going to recruit them. Because that's like giving somebody a cassette tape when they're listening to an iPod. They're going to throw it away. In fact, anybody under 35 right now, folks, they're not even looking at anything that's hard copy. Everything is iPod. How many people here under 35 even look at anything that's a hard copy anymore? It's iTunes. It's fast. It's speedy. It's very, very rare with this. You may be one in 100, but Best Buy is not selling CD players. Best Buy is not selling VCRs. Best Buy is not selling even really DVD players anymore. In fact, Blockbuster's going out of business because Paige and I rent everything off the line and we yank it off the computer now. This is the new world. What else has happened in the last 5 or 6 years, and this is where a lot of people in MLM and a lot of the books in the industry have gotten lost, is when I got started 10 years ago, people had 10 to 15 hours a week. And the way we communicated was face-to-face. You had more leisure time. I just read a couple big studies. The average American today has less than 5 hours a week of leisure time at all. So we've got an industry geared for 10 to 15 hours a week, and we have a public that's geared to 5 hours. And the way people watch television right now is they don't watch what's on TV, they watch for what's next on TV, and they scan channels. And so we're trying to get people to watch 45-minute presentations or drive 20 minutes across town to watch it 2 times a week. And what are they telling you? I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. There's no way someone's going to meet you for an ABC at a Starbucks, and then meet you for a preview, and then meet you for a sponsoring meeting, and then meet you for a training the next week. What are people going to tell you guys? They're going to tune you out. So what we've got to do is we've got to be intelligent and find a way to get people hooked so they want to devote that time, because their initial instinct is going to be